Number one, I committed that if I'm elected president, have an opportunity to appoint someone to the courts, I'll appoint the first black woman to the courts. It's required that they have representation now. It's long overdue.
All right, so just a few thoughts on what is probably the real reason behind Joe Biden nominating a black woman to the Supreme Court. Turns out it's not as woke or as noble as you might think. It's all about politics, plain and simple. It started back in February of 2020. The campaign was on the ropes. Joe Biden had just come in 4th place in the Iowa caucuses and then 5th place in New Hampshire. He needed a win. So what does he do? He makes a deal. Just before the South Carolina primary, Biden promises that he'll nominate a black woman if he's elected president. And the very next day, he gets endorsed, coincidentally, by South Carolina Congressman James Clyburn. Biden would go on, of course, to win the South Carolina primary and ultimately the Democratic nomination for president. And now, guess what? It's payback time. And who's the early favorite? Well, from the U.S. District Court of South Carolina Judge Michelle Childs, who's been endorsed, not so coincidentally, by South Carolina Congressman James Clyburn. For more on that, let's welcome in our powerhouse panel. We start with Daily Caller reporter and Newsmax contributor Chrissy Clark, the co-host of Wake Up America Weekend, Allison Maloney, and former Trump campaign aide and Newsmax contributor Rick Gates. Chrissy, to you first on this. So it sounds like we're going to get maybe a name before the end of the week, and to me it sounds like that name is going to be Michelle Childs. By the way, she sounds like she's totally qualified. I like the fact that she went to public school and she went to, I was looking at it this morning, the University of South Carolina and the University of South Florida. That's where she did her undergraduate work, as they say. But she didn't go to one of these Ivy League schools. She didn't go to Yale Law or Harvard Law like so many other Supreme Court judges have in the past. What do you make of this? And with that ABC poll, that 76% of Americans say they think that Joe Biden should choose anybody, not just a black woman.
Well, Rob, I think you made the point perfectly that the public education is what differentiates Michelle Childs from the rest of the Supreme Court. And I think that goes to show that public education or having a different insight into the world outside of the Harvard, Yale, elitist institutions of higher education is actually more important than her skin color. And it would be, really it'd be diverse to have a diverse person of thought outside of those elite institutions. And that's exactly what she brings to the table, regardless of her skin color. That's what Joe Biden should be looking for, is somebody that offers insight into differing opinions because they've had different lived experiences outside of just their skin color. I understand the argument that he's making, that he wants someone different on the Supreme Court other than what they traditionally have held. But that doesn't have to be someone's skin color. And it's completely unrepresentative to think that because you're black, you aren't taking up space in the university system at Harvard or Yale or whatnot. It's absolutely, it's counter to facts. But I think Michelle Childs, like you said, she's a great pick, and she's relatively moderate compared to some of the other progressives that are being considered. Yeah,
and University of South Florida, great school, Tampa, Florida, small school. It's not, she didn't come from the DC circuit. She went to Harvard by way of Yale and Oxford.